Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, and in this video I will be talking about National Pension System or National Pension Scheme and everything about NPS what you need to know. So before I start today's session, if you are first time subscriber to our channels, please feel free to subscribe because I release daily videos every single day about stock markets, investments and anything related to finance. So if you also need any kind of support, you can also personal message me in Twitter and also join my Telegram channel, which is completely free. I do post live stock market updates and investment updates on my Telegram channel. And very soon I will also be posting live examples of how a trade can, how examples of certain options or other strategies from the live market. So stay tuned. Once we have more number of subscribers, it will be much more helpful so that you understand some strategies much better. So let's begin today's session. So what is a national pension scheme or national pension system? So today I will be talking about only about this NPS and the scheme, what it is about, who can join, and everything about it. So National Pension Scheme is a government-sponsored pension scheme, and it was launched way back in year January 2004. January 2004, and but when it was launched only for government employees, and in 2009 it was open to all sections, so anyone can right now invest in NPS. The scheme allows people to contribute regularly in a pension account during their working life. So on retirement, subscribers can withdraw a particular part of it, a part of the corpus from the lump sum from the whole amount, and use the remaining corpus to buy annuity scheme to secure a regular income. So that's exactly a pension scheme is designed. Scheme basically is not like any traditional insurance plans, because it has a certain purpose, like a regular income even after your retirement. So this before I get into pros, cons and other things, let me understand that you have to understand the logic behind NPS. You cannot expect it as a big amount, because for that we have ULIPs, traditional insurance plans, so that you actually get a huge amount at maturity and things like that. So pension scheme itself means that it allows you to get a regular income after your retirement, or after your job is completed. So to be honest, this is definitely for people who wish to work till 60 years. Since it was actually designed for government employees, now it is open for private sectors also. There is an option if you are someone who has an entrepreneur mindset, then there is a very good chance that this may not be for you. The reason why I say this is because when you are an entrepreneur, you would actually invest in a business, your business or someone else's business, and then you need to have that liquid cash which needs to be rotated from time to time. What I'm trying to say here is NPS does not offer that kind of liquidity. So let me just come one by one, and you will know what I mean by saying that here. So who can join NPS is another question. Any citizen between 80 and 60 years can join NPS at this point of time, and you need to just comply with the KYC norms, that is know your customer. Another question which arises is, can a non-resident Indian NRI join NPS? Yes, the answer is yes. However, the account should be closed if there is a change in citizenship. So if you are just permanently cancelling the citizenship of India, then your account will be closed. So how do I join NPS? You should open an NPS account with entities known as point of presence, POP, and most banks provide both private and public sector and are enrolled as POPs. Now, different financial institutions also act as POPs. There are authorized branches of a POP service called POP service providers, and they also act as the collection points. Now, how do you find POP near your area? There is a link from which you can actually find this information. Just give me 1 minute. Let me just check that. Give me 1 minute here. So you can access them through the website of pension fund. You can access Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, that is PFRDA, and I'm just trying to get that link for you. So that is NPS CRA .nsdl.co.in. So what are the documents needed for opening a NPS account? This is again another important question. You should fill the subscriber registration form and submit it along the proof of identity, address and date of birth to the POP. Alright, so and there is something called PRAN, permanent, which is the full form of permanent retirement account number. So every NPS subscriber is issued a card with 12-digit unique number called PRAN, and which should be your address for this. So there is something called Tier 1 and Tier 2 accounts. Now NPS offers two accounts, Tier 1 and Tier 2 accounts. Tier 1 is a mandatory account and Tier 2 is voluntary. The biggest difference between the two is on withdrawal of money invested in them. So you cannot withdraw the entire money from Tier 1 account till your retirement. And even on retirement, there are restrictions based on withdrawal on the Tier 1 account. The subscriber is free to withdraw the entire money from the Tier 2 account. Now, please do remember that Tier 1 account, since there is withdrawal withdrawal options, restrictions on withdrawal options, that is something which you can actually claim it under Section 80C, and there is a 50,000 extra amount, which is contribution, which is provided for tier extra apart from your 80C investments. So if you have another 50,000 rupees, so 1.5 lakh rupees is something which you can which you can actually show under tax savings under 80C, and but 50,000, an extra 50,000 is provided only for NPS investments. So that's another important point. So another important point here is question which comes is whether you can have more than one NPS account. The answer to that is you cannot open multiple NPS accounts, and there is no need actually to open a second NPS account since it is portable across sectors and locations. What is the minimum contribution? You have to contribute a minimum of 6,000 rupees in your Tier 1 account in a financial year. As I told you, up to 50,000. There is no limit, upper limit as such. But if you are opening a Tier 1 account, an extra 50,000 rupees can be claimed as an additional tax benefit. So another important question is what will happen if we don't make the minimum contribution of these 6,000 rupees. So the answer to this is the minimum account. If you do not contribute the minimum account, your account will be frozen. You can unfreeze the account by visiting the POP and pay the minimum required amount and a penalty of rupees 100. So the government does not contribute to this to our NPS account. So this is not like a PF account. Okay. So what happens to the money invested in NPS? The money invested in NPS is managed by PFRDA, which I actually told you earlier. PFRDA is nothing but Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, PFRDA, and there are at the moment there are a few fund managers: ICICI Prudential Pension Fund, LIC Pension Fund, Kotak Mahindra Pension Fund, and few others who are actually handling these kind of pension funds. So investment, there are few investment choices in NPS: active choice and auto choice for life cycle fund. So active choice is where it allows the investor to decide how the money should be invested in different assets. Auto choice or life cycle fund is a default option where the money will be automatically in line with the age of the subscriber based on the asset class. So under active choice, three funds are offered. Asset class E, where invest 50% in stocks. Asset class C, where it invests fixed income instruments other than the government securities. Asset class G, invest only in government securities. So an investor can actually choose one of these funds or opt for a combination of them. You have the option of changing your investment choices once in a financial year for both Tier 1 and Tier 2 accounts. And we also have the option of changing the scheme and pension fund managers. And different fund managers and different investment options are available for Tier 1 and Tier 2 accounts. And as I told earlier, the employee's own contribution is eligible for a tax deduction of up to 10% of the basic salary under Section CCD1 of the Income Tax Act, and ceiling of 1.5 lakhs is allowed under ATC and under Section 80 CCE. So the employer's contribution to NPS is accepted. There are a few options where employers can also contribute to NPS, but that is something based on if the employer is already contributing to NPS, which many private employers do not do this. So when as I told you earlier, NPS is a pension product, so that means we are expected to stay invested until we are actually retired, and at 60 we must use at least 40% of the corpus to buy an annuity scheme from a PFRDA listed insurance company, and we have the option to withdraw 40% of the corpus tax free, and or the remaining 60% can be withdrawn, and we can so the 60% is completely tax free now. It was not before, it was not tax free. So however, there is an option of putting the entire 100% into any annuity scheme. That is also possible, so that you actually get monthly pensions from your entire corpus. So, but you cannot withdraw the money before you're 60. However, if you are getting out of the scheme before you are 60 years old, you can only withdraw 20% of the accumulated corpus in NPS. So you must use 80% of the corpus to buy an annuity scheme. So another important question would be, what happens if we discontinue the scheme? So if we discontinue our investment, the account will be frozen. and it will be reactivated only if we make a minimum contribution. And if the subscriber is no more before 60, if he dies, the entire accumulated wealth would be paid to the nominee or the legal heir of the subscriber. And so these are pretty much the information what I have it. I know I haven't created a document. I just created some points. Based on that, I made this informative video. But if you still have any questions, you are free. You are welcome to ask in the comment section below. One important thing which I can recall it, I was researching on this question a lot, and that whether it covers any insurance like any traditional plans, and the answer to that question is no. So if something happens to the subscriber who for NPS, then the nominee should receive the entire amount, and there is no extra sum assured as such, unlike other traditional plans. That's pretty much concludes the NPS questions and about NPS. But if you still have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you, and I will see you again on my next video.